So it's time that we turn our pentatonic into the full major scale. Pretty much, it's a cool little trick, something that I kind of noticed, and it helps you, one, turn the pentatonic into the full scale, and two, kind of learn the function of each note a lot easier in the pentatonic. So I'm gonna flip the camera because I drew a lot of this stuff out. So here we go. So if you know your 5 pentatonic forms, and also just, well, I guess, yeah, so you got your 5 pentatonic forms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Know that they're kind of like puzzle pieces. They fit together. It's not 5 separate like entities. It's one thing, and it's just kind of like 5 different hand positions. Like it's all one scale. It's just 5 positions of one scale. If I'm in, let's say, E minor, and I put my hand here, then I happen to be in form 2. Say I put it here, I'm in form 5. But you're free to travel between them all. Like, the reason that it's kind of broken up into forms is because it's easier to learn that way if it's in 5 like bite-sized pieces. And it's just like if you put your hand somewhere, your hand kind of covers 4 frets, and each of these forms takes up 4 frets, like this way. So that's that. So yeah, pretty much it's the same collection of 5 notes that make up each of these scales. Like we'll go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. And those are the notes that make up each of these. But here's where it starts kind of getting cool. So if you notice, each of these shapes can be broken down into 2 smaller shapes. And I've talked about it in the past. Well, we'll see. Let's check it out. They each have this shape here where it's just, oh, look at that. This card even works for both of them. You know, I've talked about it in the past, how when you get to the B string, it throws off the patterns a little bit. You got to move everything down 1 fret. But see, they each have this this part where it's just a 1 fret jump, or I guess a 2 fret jump for 3 strings in a row. That's that. And then the other part that makes it up, and actually too, on form 5, remember the E string, these are both an E string. So like, here's the bottom of it. Let me get a pen. So like, this right here is the same as this right here, is the same as this right here. But since this is the E string, it's like a portal. You jump down to this E string, so this is the same thing. So you're really going doot, 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 doot. And if you had a 7-string guitar, like say this was a 7-string, right? The 7th string on a 7-string guitar is a B string. So it would be, just copy this one and put it here. And then you'd have a 7-string right there. But yeah, so the point is, each of them is made up of one of these shapes, where you got the 3 in a row, and then one of these shapes, where you got the 2 in a row. See, they've each got it. Right? This one's, and when I say the 2 in a row, I mean like the two strings in a row with a 3 fret jump. This one's got it here. Remember, since you hit the B string though, you got to move your go down a fret. This one's got it here, 2 in a row with a 2 fret jump. So why is that useful to know? So, oh, here's just another, this is from an old video. I still have the piece of paper. So you can see it, this time I laid it out, like here's your form 1, here's your form 2, your form 3 would be right here, your form 4 is right here. But see, you can see how I kind of already did it out. You've got the 2 fret jump here in the form 4. You got it here in the form 1. This is also a form 1. You've got it here in the form 2. You've got it here in the form 3. So that's just that's important, because if you're gonna add if you're gonna turn your pentatonic scale into the full scale, you don't have to memorize you don't have to memorize 5 different shapes, like all these different notes. Really, just know how each shape contains this part. See, I kind of tried to highlight it, and this part. And to turn it into the full major scale, we'll do this one first. So for this part, to turn it into the full major scale, you got one here, and you got one here. And the way I remember it is, it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of a yin yang, like I don't know, something like that. Whoops, I did that backwards, but that's just kind of how I see it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, this is an awful drawing job, but that's the way I see it. I don't know. A yin yang shape is kind of what I think of. You got your first one, you put down your middle finger, and the second time you put down your ring finger. So boom. Add these 2 notes, and then you have a full major scale. Cool. And then for this one, you've got I think of it as like a hurricane or like a Beyblade. You add one here, and you add one here, so it's kind of like a hurricane. I don't know. This is awful, but something like that, like a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Or a Beyblade, like spinning around. That's just kind of how I see it. Like, you know. Ooh. Oh shit! This is an awful drawing, but. That was a really bad drawing, but that's kind of how I remember it. Like, you add one extra one on the bottom right there, one extra one on the top. And this applies for all the shapes. So let's go through it right now. Form 1, we've got our, we see this part right here. We see kind of this little section right here. So where are our 2 notes to turn it into the full major scale? Well, we got one here. We got one here to make the Beyblade, or hurricane. And then how do we add where's the other one go? Well, we make the yin yang out of this section here. And since this is an E string and this is also an E string, the last part goes right there. Let me use colors because this looks awful. All right, so next one. Let's do it in the form 2. Look at that. So here's our space with the 2 fret jump. We know our missing note is gonna go, well, let me color it in. So we know our missing notes, the ones that aren't in the pentatonic but are in the full major scale, are gonna go here and here. And then here's our spot with the 3 fret jumps. We've got one here and one here. Oops, I pressed the volume button, I guess that stops the video, but so yeah, remember, because when we hit the B string on this shape, so it throws it off a little bit, but the pattern still applies. It's still the Beyblade shape, it just looks kind of messed up because the B string. But yeah, let's go to form 3. Well, here's our spot with just the 1 fret jumps. So we'll make our hurricane. And since this is an E string, this is also an E string, we'll just put it right there. And then here's the spot with the 3 fret jumps. We'll make the yin yang. And this is the like the Dorian scale. This is the major scale. This would be the minor scale. So that's also like the form 1 of the modes. I'm not gonna get into that right now. So yeah, here you go, form 4. Let's do it again. The spot with the 2 fret jumps, we'll turn it into the yin yang. And then since it's another E string, let's just do it there. And the spot with the 2 fret jumps, the hurricane slash Beyblade, whatever. I'm trying to make this more clear too. See, this is spot with the 3 fret jumps, this is spot with the 2 fret jumps. Again here, well, right here we got our spot with the 3 fret jumps, yin yang. And this one's like probably the most confusing of them all, because you got to go through the portal of the E string. But so here would be the bottom of it, because you can, if you added another string this way, it would be an A string. If you added another string on this side, it would be a B string. So it really, you're starting here and you're traveling up, but going through a portal to land back down here. So here's the bottom of it. Here's your E string, so you go through the portal down to here. So you're on this E string now, and then Boom, right there. So yeah, that's just a kind of a quick way. Instead of having to learn, you know, 5 new shapes, you can just see your pentatonic as 2 mini shapes, and then add the extra notes there, and then it'll apply to all 5 of your forms. Another little kind of tip while I'm at it is the blues scale, where you have the flat 5, or yeah, that note goes right here. So you got your spot with the three like 1 fret jumps, goes right here. On this one, it would go right here. So you got the 3 spot with the 2 fret jumps. Spot, here's your 3 2-fret jumps, goes right here. It's just in the middle of the bottom one. Yeah, I think that's about it. And your blues note is it's this one right here. It sounds bluesy. So like, it's not in the major scale, but so say you're in A minor, right? Right here. Back on A. Right here. Right here. Here. You don't have to stay on it like that, but obviously, I'm just trying to emphasize it.